I'm concerned about tonight.
Oh.
And it's interesting. I mean, Richard-Lael, as always, he hit on something right away. He said he picked up two different, almost two competing energies.
I was having like a panic attack. So when I'm down there doing laundry, I have a table up against it. I have things covering it. I won't go in there. I just won't.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome once again to a live, interactive paranormal investigation with Scared and Alone. I'm your host, Dean Haglund, and tonight, holy smokes, I insist that everybody within the sound of my voice get out a recording app or device because the EVPs in this place in Poughkeepsie, New York is off the charts. So we have with us, as always, our crack team of paranormal investigators, starting with over on the East Coast, the Gentleman Psychic. It's Richard-Lael Lillard. Richard-Lael, how are you?
I'm well, Dean. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Great to see you again.
I'm really looking forward to today. I used to live not too far from Poughkeepsie, and It's kind of nice to see my old stomping grounds again.
Oh, fantastic. You've already started something there. What am I looking at?
Well, I'm starting on the edifice of the house itself, but I have a few tricks up my sleeve because I did see from my third eye, I saw some energies that inhabit the place, and some good energy, some strange energy, some fun energy, but altogether, I think it'll be a good one.
Yeah, and your skyline looks like it's sunset in the clouds. Is that what I'm seeing?
It is sunset in the clouds because
wow.
The thing that I love about Poughkeepsie is that it has a witch district. So that is, witchcraft is always better in the evening when the sun is setting there at the twilight hours.
Twilight hour. This is the first time I learned about this. I didn't know any city had a witchcraft district, but here in Poughkeepsie and Hyde Park area, this is a witchcraft district of all things. And we are in the center of it with the house that we're going to be investigating tonight. The Witchaus in Poughkeepsie, New York. It is spectacular. It was built in 1925. It's a craftsman. Lots of the original woodwork is still intact, and it will be very exciting to go through this place. Of course, joining us also from Key West, Florida, it's David L. Sloan. David, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Dean?
I'm very good. Good to see you again. I understand you did a lot of research in the background, in the history.
Yeah, and I'm concerned about tonight. And it's interesting. I mean, Richard-Lael, as always, he hit on something right away. He said he picked up two different, almost two competing energies. In looking at this, I think the house has so much good stuff going on with it. And I feel like it's almost a safe haven, but all the stuff surrounding it, there's some really dark stuff. Which we'll get into later, but going back to the founding of the town, to the early Dutch settlers and some of the things that they built into the houses, springs around the properties, insane asylums. There's a lot, and I almost feel like tonight's going to be the two competing sides, the good ones and the not so good ones competing to get the most attention. So I'm legitimately concerned for Courtney.
But you also have some pre-recorded EVPs that were recorded earlier in this place?
Yeah, Donna, the owner of the house, has recorded some incredible EVPs. To get this many from one place is pretty wild. So I previewed some of those, and we'll play those.
Look forward to hearing to that. And also from Anderson, Indiana, it is our very own haunted doll collector and paranormal investigator. It's Miss Haley Michelle. Oh, there you are. We got your audio. As always, the bravest woman in paranormal investigation. It is our very own ghost bait. She is by herself in this house. Courtney Buckley, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
I am terrified.
You seem to be all dressed up in some winter
Here's the
gear.
thing. It's not that I'm cold. It's that I spent all my money on mysterycontrol.com buying Scared and Alone merch.
Oh.
So I have to wear it.
So, well, let's begin. Courtney, you are there. What, you have your K2 meter. What are we feeling? Oh, it's already peaking.
It feels like very homey in here.
Yeah.
I did feel like when I was walking over there earlier, after I knocked on the wood, as I was like standing there, I went to like move my foot, and I thought one of the dogs was near me because I moved my foot and I felt some like resistance, and I thought, oh no, I'm gonna step on the dog, and I looked down and there was nothing there. But it definitely feels like
you have a recording device with you as well, right? And you're now recording everything that's going on.
Yep, I've been recording. I have Donna's recorders, so they've been recording since we started.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bring one with me upstairs when we go, and I'm gonna leave one somewhere, I think in the hallway, and bring one with me wherever we go.
Okay. So if there's, I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on bottles of urine in the walls.
We're getting full. We're getting orange and red on the K2.
Oh my gosh! As soon as I said bottles of urine in the wall, would this? Talk me through it again, Dave. This is supposed to stop the spirits, or is it attracting them?
Spirits, because they'd come in. The beliefs were that they'd come in to try to get humans and try to get their souls. So they'd take parts of humans and put them at the first place the spirits would come in, thinking that the fingernails would attract them, the human hair. And then, with the urine, I don't know what their idea was. We've got a lot of the regulars back. Penny's here, Jennifer, Sevda saying witches bottles. And somebody else commented that they're common in Europe. So it was brought over, with the early Dutch settlers. And, you have to wonder not only what's inside this house, but with all the nature spirits that they were concerned about, they're fairy tales, they call them fairies, but fairies to them weren't just like little children's stories. They were spirits. I mean, they were elementals. They were dark entities. They took on a lot of different roles. So you wonder what's buried in the surrounding areas, in the wooded areas behind the house, when you go back hundreds and hundreds of years.
Right.
What's
right. The surrounding district around this house, I believe there's a church across the street that also seems to indicate there's a crematorium behind the church that has been there, and yet it doesn't seem to be functioning as a crematorium anymore. Maybe there's somebody living there. It's the whole witch district of this neighborhood. I find alarming. Where should we focus our energy at the moment?
There's so much happening. I'm not familiar with the layout of the house. Is there a chimney around there? I mean, what's near you in the room where you are? Do you know why it's called?
There is a fireplace. There's a fireplace directly behind Courtney, if I'm not mistaken.
This is like a gas fireplace, I think.
Okay, if you can go over by the fireplace, that would be the place that spirits would look to come in. And I think you need to be really careful. And I think it's great that Haley is doing the 8-ball, because I think with the fun, with the laughter, that's going to attract more of the good spirits that are around there. And we've had some of the playful EVPs.
Right.
Be really careful when you go to certain places that you're not drawing in the dark forces, because I think they're active around there. I think they're waiting for you.
Great.
Oh. Okay.
I was talking to Courtney a little bit earlier. Just we were talking about some EVP stuff, and she was outside and got hit with some really hard stuff, and it stopped for her sense. But I've been getting hit at my house.
What?
And now, and here's the weird thing that's happening now. I'm watching all of you, and I can see all of you moving, but Courtney's screen is frozen for me. I see movement with everybody, but Courtney's just frozen out. It's almost like they don't want me to direct her anywhere.
Wow. You can't see her look around, and you can't see the meter go?
She's frozen in one place in front of the ghost. Everybody else I see moving around. I mean that ceramic ghost in the back, but there's no movement from her. She's
you see me waving, but you don't see Courtney waving.
Yeah. A few people say she's frozen. Witch from the north, frozen. Hollywood's. So I almost think, and I see Witch from the north. I think I'm curious if maybe it's something that's in the house that doesn't want certain people to see her or to hear her.
So I'm allowed to see her.
It could be technical, but it's just weird because I've seen the technical glitches that can happen before, and this is different than the ones that I've seen.